The District Attorney election, held on June 8, 2010, features an unprecedented four-way race for District Attorney. Today, Arcata Planning Commissioner and Attorney Paul Hagen announced his campaign at the Eureka Women's Club.
I should probably face the camera.
We have Cheryl.
Cheryl, would you like to do the honors and get started?
Oh, you want me to go out there first?
Well, you know,
That's fine.
that's yours. My place is reserved for you.
My place is reserved for me.
We wanted to make sure some buttons.
I thought I was going to talk to people, not cameras.
We're listening.
We're here.
Hot lot lot Reagan. Good morning, everyone, or what it is, good afternoon. My name is Cheryl Seidner, and I'm here to support a friend and a colleague, Paul Gallegos.
Okay, you got him out of your six on top.
Is my face red? It's in my notes. It says Hagen on it. You can look at them. I haven't been embarrassed in a long time. I'll tell you, that was a good one.
Take it from the top.
Take it from the top. Well, good afternoon. My name is Cheryl Seidner. I am a friend and colleague of Paul Hagen, whom I've known only briefly. However, in that brief time, we've had a great working relationship. We work with the Humboldt Bay Center for Sustainable Living, which is something that's really good for this area. He's direct and to the point, has a great work ethic. I think that his creativity on his feet is great. He's logical, and he speaks very clearly. The ability to assess a situation is very right on target. He has many perspectives. He's a man of many details, and he is a guiding effort in the program that I work with, one of the guiding efforts. And with that, Paul wants to serve the people, serve Humboldt County, my county for my lifetime, and for generations for me that go way back before people came here besides the Wiyots. Though I can't stand here before you as a Wiyot representative of not, but I can stand you here before you to say that I do support Paul Hagen. Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheryl, and now that that's out of the way, we won't have to repeat that again. Paul Hagen. I'll go back a little bit in time. When I first met Paul is when, and there are lots of other folks here that worked on the Beach and Dunes Management Plan. That was back in the 90s, and we were looking to go to ways to implement that plan. And Paul back then was the environmental prosecutor for a multi-county area. And Paul brought many tools to the table in terms of how to implement the newly developed Beach and Dunes Management Plan, and that was to resolve some of the resource and user conflicts in the dunes. And what I gained from that experience and what we saw Paul do is Paul brought a really solution-oriented approach to the problem. And I think that's going to serve him well. I think that's the kind of approach he'll carry in as a district attorney. Later on, at the City of Arcata, we had a vacancy on our Planning Commission, and Paul became a very prime candidate to step into that position, and we were glad that he did so, because during that time, the Planning Commission was developing our medical marijuana guidelines, and that was ahead of the Attorney General's office giving us any guidance on how to implement both SB 420 and 218. And so with that, Paul was part of a team of people that dealt with not just being respectful of existing law, but how to bring solutions to problems that were facing the community. The Planning Commission, the City Council developed with the community a very pragmatic approach to dealing with the problems associated with grow houses and public safety issues within the community. And that is still standing the test of time. And what we did is we took that to a land use perspective. Paul was part of that team. And right now, many cities throughout California are looking to that model, and they're drawing on how to make that fit for their community. And lastly, Paul has been very helpful, I think, both to the region in educating the entire community and working with the legal community by bringing the environmental law conferences through the state bar to our region and dealing with issues of sustainability, water, land use, transportation plannings. These are issues that are facing our whole community countywide and are impacting our community, as is the whole rest of the state. And I think what Paul has brought through that is that the need and recognizes the importance of educating the broader community about the complexities of these issues. And so with that, Paul is a friend of mine. I know him personally. He's a great family man, and he brings great integrity personally and will professionally to the office. And I look forward to him as being our next district attorney.
Right on.
I'm Mark Lovelace, their district supervisor for Humboldt County, and I just want to first tag on to something that Mark Wheetley just said. I've been involved in, at the state level, in dealing with Proposition 215 and medical marijuana issues, and I can tell you that Paul's leadership on this issue has been recognized at the state level, not necessarily by his name, but the great strides that the city of Arcata has made, largely due to Paul's contributions, are well regarded by the state as a model of how to faithfully implement the will of the voters in Proposition 215. That having been said, every 4 years we have the opportunity to elect our leaders for certain offices here in Humboldt County and around the country. Doing so is the highest expression of our community's values. We often see our choices as a dichotomy of either changing direction or accepting the status quo. But in this race in particular this year, we have a third choice, and that is to confidently move forward under new leadership, to deliver on the promise, and to protect and defend our community's values, as previously stated, against those who would abuse our freedoms. That is why I'm pleased and honored to be able to be here today to support Paul Hagen for District Attorney. I've known Paul for 10 years and have worked with him on numerous efforts. I've worked with a lot of attorneys over the years, let me tell you. And I know what I look for in an attorney. And Paul is, quite frankly, one of the most competent, capable, self-disciplined, dedicated, hardest working attorneys I've ever had the pleasure to work with. He'd be a tremendous asset to Humboldt County as our district attorney. And I'm greatly pleased to be here to support my friend Paul Hagen as our next district attorney.
Right.
All right, thanks very much. I usually don't give remarks from speaking, but I really want to make some points very clear today. So instead of doing it by memory, I'm going to read it, and it'll be prepped for tonight, actually. Good afternoon, I'm Paul Hagen, and I'm running for District Attorney of Humboldt County. I'd like to tell you a little about who I am and what I believe in, because it's important for you to know me as a human being. I will tell you why I'm running and what I will do as your District Attorney, because it's important for you to know what to expect from your District Attorney. It is important for you to know who and what you can count on. Let me start with the most important thing, why I'm running. Then I'll tell you about myself so you know where I come from, and finish with the end result, what I will do if elected. So, why I'm running. I'm running for District Attorney because I believe that together we can protect Humboldt's future. How do I know that I will do well in protecting Humboldt County's future? Because my life experiences have given me the proven ability to lead and the proven ability to deliver results. I have taught in schools and universities. I put on high-level conferences for both the public and for government personnel. I've taught in numerous law enforcement settings at both the state and federal levels. I have trained agency personnel, investigators, and prosecutors in how to make cases.